Hey, hey, beautiful people. Hey, hey. It is T's Life Journey. Welcome back to my viewers who've been watching and following, and all my subscribers who are watching and following. Welcome to any new viewers who will be interested in following my journey. Subscribe. So I wanted to do a video. As you all know, I am on a GLP-1. I am on Mounjaro, currently on 7.5. Long story short, I was on 10 milligrams a few weeks ago. The side effects were too intense, so I had to drop down to 7.5. I've been on Mounjaro since May of 2025. May of 2025. I don't see a lot of weight loss. I'll do a video on that. I'm a slow responder, but my inches are going, my body fat's going down, BMI is going down, my habits are getting a lot better. Food noise is most of the time at a 0, but on some days it's like at a 15-20%, but not like it used to be. I don't overindulge like I used to, so I'm okay with being slow responder on the scale. I wanted to do a video regarding injection sites. So I usually do my stomach. I've been doing my stomach since forever, since I started the journey rather. And I just rotate around the stomach, right, left, upper, lower, all that good stuff. Last night I decided that I wanted to do the arm. I wanted to try it out. Like, I'm a big wimp. Don't like needles. Although I'm a nurse, I don't like to inject myself. So I'm like, let me try the arm. I think that'll be a little bit less scarier than trying the thigh for me. So I tried the arm. Again, I'm a nurse. I'm used to pinching the area and then injecting the patient. Well, I couldn't pinch my own area. I had to do my right arm. I had to do my left arm because I'm right-handed. And I wish I had my tripod. So I was like, how do I do this? So I stood in the mirror. I put my arm over like this. This is my left arm, and then I just inject it. That's how I did it. It burned. It hurt. Not burned. It hurt. Then it went away. No issues. Soon as I did it, maybe half an hour later, felt nauseous. Never felt that with my belly. Felt nauseous and started itching. Not new. Sometimes that happens when I go up in my dose. So I'm assuming maybe because it's a new site. That's why. So no biggie. I took a Zyrtec like I usually would. Indigestion in the middle of the night last night. Went back to sleep. Indigestion this morning. Very nauseous this morning. So I'm like, let's see how it goes. Only the first day. Let's record this. Let's document. Because a lot of this I'm documenting for myself. Just to go back and see how things went. And also I kind of really enjoying YouTube as well. I'm enjoying learning how to edit, all that good stuff. Anyways, so I said, let me document this and see what it's like my first week, my week on 7.5 injecting in my arm. I've been on it 7.5 for about 3 weeks right now. Back to 7.5 for about 3 weeks right now. 4 weeks actually, because that was my 4th injection. So about 4 weeks. So here we are. I am documenting how I feel, how things went on 7.5. Again, documenting for myself and also, for anyone else who wants to watch, but mostly for myself because I want to see if I can continue on 7.5 and at least I have this to look back at. Not 7.5, the arm, or if I want to go back to my stomach and if I'm brave enough to try my thigh. We will see. So here's how today went. If I didn't mention, it is Wednesday, February the 18th, and I did the injection Tuesday night. I do nightly injections. Tuesday night, 7.5 in the arm. That's what I did. So today I had 20 grams of the Chobani peaches and cream for breakfast. You can't see, but I had 2 apples. There's one core. And then the other one's in the napkin. So I had those. And then I have 15 grams of cherry berry Chobani. When I woke up, I was nauseous. indigestion. My doctor did prescribe Compazine for me for nausea because I don't really do well with the Zofran. It makes me constipated. It doesn't really help my nausea. So she gave me Compazine, which I can take as needed every 6 to 8 hours, which I usually don't. I think since I got the script in January, I've only taken it maybe 3 or 4 times. And I take it the night of my injection anyways. So that's to try to help with the nausea before. And it usually works for my stomach. Well, it didn't work last night. So because I can take it every 6 to 8 hours, I took it again this morning. And that's twice I've taken it within 24 hours. Never happened before. So that's new for the arm. Indigestion in the morning usually doesn't happen with the stomach. It usually happens after I eat. With the first 2 days of injecting with my stomach, happen right away in the morning with my arm. That's noted. Okay. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm just hungry because I'm eating earlier, and trying to avoid going to bed on a full stomach. So I'm like, maybe I'm just hungry. And it could be that because I'm less nauseous right now after I've eaten. And it's probably the Compazine too. But I will say it took me a while to eat my breakfast. Doesn't always happen with the stomach. The next day I can eat. I may not feel like I want a lot, but I can still eat a lot. This morning with the arm, it took me a while to eat the breakfast. And I didn't really eat because I had the 2 apples. I chewed on those, obviously. But I drank most of my breakfast, right? Like I drank the Chabanis. So it is 11:55. I ate my breakfast about 10:30. I'm still drinking the 15 grams. I only have a little bit left, but I'm still drinking on that. So it's taken me almost an hour and something to eat. That is new. That happened when I first started on 2.5 with the Mounjaro. Hasn't happened in a while. The 10 milligrams, I really didn't have a lot of that food suppression. It helped with the food noise. It helped with, what else did it help with? It didn't help with a lot. It gave me a lot of grief, if anything. So that's where I'm at with this arm. I'll probably, if I do this again, if things go well this week, I'll probably only do my left because I'm right-handed and I don't want to take a chance and do my right and screw things up. Not doing that. So I go pick up my prescription in the next couple of days. I'm waiting for them to let me know it's ready, but I did tell them to refill it. And next week, we will see what I try. If I try the arm again, or if I try go back to the stomach, or try the thigh. We don't know. I inject every Tuesday night, but that will change because my job schedule will change. So I'll probably go to either Saturdays or Sundays. If I continue to feel nauseous after the next day, then I will probably go to Saturday nights. If after the second injection, if I do my arm again and I don't feel it, because it takes a while, right, for these things to happen with these injections, then I'll go to Sundays. But we will see. I hope you stick around for the ride and see how things go. And talk to you guys tomorrow. For the most part, I'll show like my injection of my arm and I'll show the injection of my thigh. I will not show the injection of my belly. That's just not what I'm going to do. I don't want to show you guys to see my belly fat. Maybe in clothes, but not in person. So tonight I will be injecting my belly because I did my arm last week. So I'm trying to move to Saturday nights. So I'm kind of going to the 6th day instead of the 7th day until I can get to the 7th day, which will be the actual target site, if that makes sense. So last week I injected injected on Tuesday. So today's Monday. So that's the 6th night, and it's not too far from or too close to the prior injection and not too far from the next injection, if that makes sense. I also use, if you are on a GLP-1 and you're not using the Shotzi app, you need to. It's great. Let me pull it up. So this is the Shotzi app, and it's telling me how much I have left, how much effective this medication is in my body right now. And it's telling me my shot is due today. It's shot day. And it's telling me where to inject. I'll show you that too. So it's saying I'm on my 39th shot. My last dose is 7.5, and my estimated levels are 5.84 milligrams. I've been on this for 39 weeks, and I've only lost 3 to 5 pounds because they always fluctuate. But my inches are there. My body fat's gone down. My BMI's gone down. I feel better. I'm eating better. My A1C is better. So I'm okay with that. I'm not letting the scale rule me, but I do like to weigh myself, and I sometimes do get a little disappointed, but I'm still going. So it's shot day, and I'm going to go to shots where it says shots here. There's a button, there's a little needle there that says shot. So I'm going to click that, and it'll tell you what your last injection was and when your next injection. So here it says my last injection was my left arm, and then here it'll tell me where to inject, which is my upper left stomach. So I'm going to do my upper left stomach right now. It's about 9 o'clock. I usually do it between 8 and 9, sometimes 11 if I forget. So I'm going to grab my syringe here. So I have an alcohol pad here. Ooh. And I'm going to get my injection from the fridge, my meds from the fridge. So here's my box. This is a new box. I got it filled. You can see I got it filled Saturday, refilled on Saturday. Making sure you guys can see. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so it's open. I never look at any of this stuff. And there we go. We've got our 7.5. I always look at the expiration date. If it's on here, I believe it's on the box. Yeah, right here. So it expires October 10th, 2027. I always look because, yeah, it's a new box, but you never know. Things happen. Manufacturers mess up. You know, you never know. So we're going to put this back. Taking mine out of the refrigerator and each syringe and putting them on the side of my refrigerator. The little shelves there. Come to find out, it takes away from the efficiency of the drug. So don't do that. Keep it in the box. All right. So I have my syringe. I don't leave mine out. I take mine right out of the fridge. Take it right out of the fridge. I have my alcohol, and I am going to inject. I'm going to sanitize my hand. All right. And I'm going to go behind the camera to inject. And you guys should be able to hear it, hopefully. All right. We're going to do the left belly, left side of my stomach. So I'm putting the alcohol on. And then I'll show you guys the thigh and the arm. All right, we'll let that dry. On the belly, you always want to make sure that you're 2 inches away from the belly button. So I just put 2 fingers on the side, up, straight up. And then I pinch my belly. Unlock it. They say you should unlock it when you have it against your skin, but I don't. First click. Second click. I wait about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all done. All the medicine's gone. And I get rid of mine. I recap it. Ooh. Okay, maybe not. Just put my robe back on. Ugh. Recap it. And then I just get rid of it. Boom. Injection's done. And then I mark it on my Shotzi app. So let me show you guys how I do that. So it says mark as taken. So I mark it as taken. Gives you like, yay. And then it tells you when the next shot is and where to go. So I already pre-marked these anyways because I wanted to remind myself to rotate to the arm and the thigh. So it'll tell me the next date, which is, why does it say Sunday? Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry. I'm like, why does it say Sunday? Because it really would say Monday because it'll be the next week. But because I'm trying to move to Saturdays and I'm trying to do that by going like a day behind or a day before, that it's going to say Sunday because today's Monday. I'm like, why does it say Sunday? But I scheduled it. So it'll say it's going to say Sunday. But if you were doing it weekly, it'll say next Monday, and they'll tell you where to rotate. Now, I don't know how it determines where to rotate it, because I know, like when I did my belly, it would just pick different areas of my belly. I didn't pick them. It just did that. So I'm quite curious how it's going to work when I start doing all 3 sites. So, and it says right thigh. So next Sunday, I'll do my right thigh. And then that's it. That's it. Oh, and it'll tell me summary that like as the levels go, what's the couple days or a day before, a day after, it'll tell me how much my estimated levels are now that I have more in me. So that's what's going on. Sorry, this was a lot of rambling, but I hope you guys watched the video just to see if you're wondering about injection sites. I've been doing my belly for forever since I started this, so I don't expect any different as far as anything different with side effects or suppression, appetite, satiety, or anything like that. I expect it to be the same old, but if anything changed because I changed the areas, I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll get back in touch on Sunday. Alrighty. So how about it is Sunday, March 1st, and it was time for my injection on Monday, but I'm trying to get to Saturdays. So as I said before, I'm going to do like a day before so that I can eventually get to Saturday. So that's why I did my injection tonight. But I did it in my right thigh, and I forgot to tell you guys, and I still got to put in my Shotzi app. So let's do that right now. I forgot the video. I'm coming from my niece's surprise party, and I had one shot, and it got me a little tipsy. And I just forgot. I forgot that I was supposed to film this. So let's put this in the Shotzi app. So there's that's my camera. See, Shotzi app, and it wants me to mark as done, but I'm not. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Shot, and then I don't know if you can see, but right thigh, Mark as taken. Can you guys see that? Right thigh, mark as taken. And we're going to mark as taken. Yay. So then the next shot will be the left arm, and that's going to be on Saturday because I'll go the day before. The day before the week, which will be next Sunday, will be Saturday, and then I'll get to my regular schedule as Saturdays. So I injected in my right thigh. I'm a little dry here, but you may be able to see the actual, put my leg up. You might be able to see the actual puncture. I can't even put my leg up. Nope, it's gone. I can't show you. Let's see. No, it's gone. But there was a little blood left from the right thigh. So I did do my right thigh. Not lying. I'm hoping that I have no problems. I did take my nausea medication. I always take it like the night that I take my shot. I take my nausea medication. I do that automatically. So it's not because it's a new site. So I'm doing that. I mean, I did that. I do have to work tomorrow. I got to work the next 6 days. So I'm hoping that this right thigh don't do me dirty. Don't do me dirty, right thigh. All right. I'll check in with you guys and let you know how it's going. But I will say the belly, even though my period came, the belly kind of wore off as far as like the suppression and satiety kind of wore off on day 4 almost. Day 5, but yesterday and today, I was hungry. Well, that's day 5. Yeah, day 5. So day 3, it kind of wore off. Day 4, I was like, Day 5, I was hungry. Day 6 would have been today, and I was very hungry. Again, it could be my period because I'm on my period, but I was PMSing on that arm, and the arm did me right as far as suppression. I was not craving a lot of stuff. So we'll see. But we'll wrap it all up when we get to the arm again. And I'll do my weekly wrap up like I always do. And that's pretty much it. Y'all, I'm just talking because I talk anyways. But I'm a little tipsy. All right. I got to go to sleep because I got to work in the morning. And be refreshed in the morning. Get my 8 hours of sleep. Talk to you later. All right, so it is Saturday, March the 7th, and I am rotating my shots for the 3rd week. I will be going back to my arm. This will be my 2nd time doing the arm. A little nervous because the last time I did the arm, it wasn't that great, but I was on vacation. I'm not going to be on vacation, but I'm off tomorrow. So, here we go. All right, I'm going to sanitize my hands. I just pulled my shot out of the refrigerator. So my shot's here. 7.5. Maybe. 7.5. What the heck? 7.5. Alrighty. Now, this is the method that I learned. So I'm going to do my left arm. So I want to make sure that I pinch my arm. That's always how I've learned to give, this is a subcutaneous injection, and for the fat, so I've always learned to pinch the skin and then inject. So I learned this method from some of the Facebook groups on getting your fat pinch with your arm. So I might try my leg too next time I do my leg. So pinching the skin, there we go. I will only be doing my left arm for rotation because I'm not taking a chance in doing my right arm because I'm right-handed. So, all right. Clean it off with alcohol. Let that dry. I am going to be taking my, trying to hide my information here. I am going to be taking my nausea pill. I always take it every night before after I take my injection. So, and I also started on another new med for hot flashes, Vioza. So, a lot going on. All right, that should be dry. So I'm taking it off. Needle. I unlocked before. That's just me. All right. You guys can see. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. Okay, you see that? All right, I've already have it unlocked. So, first click. Oh, this is kind of hard. First click. Come on now. Oh, this is kind of hard, y'all. Second click. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Done. There's a little bit of blood there. So I'm just going to hold it, not rub it. Ooh, that burn rubbing it. Holding it, the alcohol. But it didn't hurt this time. Last time I didn't pinch, it hurt. This time it didn't. So the pinch is the key. All right. No more blood. Let's take this off. Ugh, that clip do kind of hurt. I had to break the clip, y'all, just to make sure I can fit the shot in. But I don't really use this anyway, so it was no big deal. All right. So we'll see how the next 7 days go. Now that I have the Saturday injection, I will be going to every Saturday. I was trying to move myself, as I told you guys before, trying to move myself to Saturdays. So now will be my Saturdays will be my new injection night, unless something changes. But that will be the actual injection site. And I'm going to take my pill while I have you guys on camera. On the camera. It's about 11 o'clock at night, too. I usually take my shot between 8 and 10, but I worked out, so. Pill. All right. That's it. That's all. Talk to you later. So I realized I forgot to put in my shot in my Shotzi app. So let's do that. Shotzi app. So let's do Shotzi. So I'm just going to put mark as taken now. So mark as taken. Yay. And shots. All right. So then my next one will be Saturday, March 14th. And it's telling me that it'll be my upper right stomach. I'm curious to see, since I'm doing my thigh and my arm, which I wasn't doing at the beginning of the journey and using this app, will it rotate to the thigh the next week? After the upper right stomach. I wonder if it will rotate to the thigh. If not, I will rotate it because I'm going to do the left thigh after that. So I'll go stomach, rotate the thighs. After the thigh will always be the left arm. I'm not doing the right arm, as I told you guys before. So just wanted to show you guys that because I forgot to input it, and that is part of this documentation. All right, now I will officially talk to you guys later. Okay, so we are at day 7 for with the injection of the arm. So I'm going to do a wrap up. If you guys watch my videos, I do a wrap up usually for all of my series. So this is the wrap up for the site injections. So I just want to go over the side effects that I have, how I would kind of rate the different injection site, and also how each site affected my suppression, food noise, and satiety. So I'm gonna start with the constipation, because I have constipation as a side effect, and again, 7.5 is not as bad as 5.5 milligrams, if I didn't say that before. 5 milligrams is when I really got constipated. And 10 milligrams, I got constipated too. But anyways, 7.5, thigh constipation was mid, like very mid. It was noticeable, but it wasn't that bad. The stomach was the same. Maybe like the first 2 days, then make sure I increase my fiber, and then I'm good. The arm was low to none. I rarely had constipation. Fatigue with the thigh was minimum. Stomach is minimum. The arm, the first time I did it, was very high. I was exhausted. But again, I don't know if that because I was PMSing, because then my period came the week after that, and that's usually how I am when my period's coming. The week before, I'm exhausted. So the arm still, I still gotta see how it goes, because I can't rate it on the first time, and I actually can't rate it on the second time because I think my period's coming next week because I'm fatigued, and this is the second time doing the arm. So it's mid to high fatigue again. It's the second time using the arm injection, but again, I gotta take it with a grain of salt because my period's coming. So that's with that. I used to get a headache with my injections, but it weaned off and I really don't get it. But I included that because I didn't have it with the thigh. I didn't have to have it with the stomach. With the first arm injection, I did have a headache. It was only like for the first day. But again, it could have been my period because I get a headache with my period. So who knows? But I had like the first day, and then like towards the end, like the 5th or 6th day. And then the second time with the injection, the arm injection, I didn't have a headache. Itching, I really didn't have a lot of itching until I got to 5 milligrams. 7.5 really didn't have any itching. But when I did my first arm injection, I did have itching, and I had to take a Zyrtec. I didn't have any itching with the thigh, and I didn't have any itching with the stomach. And the second time with the arm, no itching. Nausea and constipation, palpitations, and indigestion are probably my biggest side effects with Mounjaro. So with heartburn, nausea. Nausea. I had minimum nausea with the thigh. The stomach is usually mid, to minimum nausea. So it's a kind of intermittent up and down, but not like, I can't think of the word, but nothing that's like show stopping. Like I don't feel annoyed with nausea. I don't feel like I need to take anything. I just eat these peppermints that I have from Trader Joe's, and actually I'm gonna eat one now. I'm not nauseated, but my mouth is dry. So I'll eat one of those, and this is fine. But with the arm, the first injection, I needed my peppermints wasn't working. I needed my actual nausea medication with the first arm injection, and it was high. The nausea felt like it did when I was on 5 milligrams. That was the worst time for me with this Mounjaro. But it was annoying. I was like, I am not doing this arm again. No. So I did try it again, obviously. Second time around with the nausea, it is mid to minimum. I'm not really nauseated. If I am, it's kind of like the stomach, intermittently, but nothing that's annoying. And I really didn't use all the peppermints either. So that was a good thing. Palpitations, I get palpitations. Started again on the 5 milligrams, but I get palpitations. I'm actually now prescribed. I take magnesium, but they weren't really helping a lot. And I think my palpitations are not just from Mounjaro. It's from perimenopause, trying to get my thyroids together. When my period's coming, it's from the loss of blood. Like it's a whole bunch of things. It's not just the Mounjaro, but sometimes Mounjaro, when I increased to 10, made it really bad. So I'm actually about to start a beta blocker, a blood pressure pill. It's not for my blood pressure. It helps with palpitations, and I'm just going to take it as needed. I saw my cardiologist yesterday, and he ordered it. It's a very small dose. Just take half a pill, 12.5. It's called metoprolol tartrate, if you ever heard of it. And that'll help with my palpitations, since the magnesium not really helping like it would be, even with hydration. So I'll take that. He said, when I feel like I'm having too many palpitations, do it. Because I did wear a Holter monitor at one point, and I was having what they call PVCs, pre-ventricular contractions, meaning that the bottom of your heart is contracting out of order, or it's giving abnormal ventricular beats. So it's not in sync with the top. So sorry, my watch is telling me something. Oh, so I'm taking that pill, and I didn't pick it up yet, but that's the palpitation issue. Anyways, back to the side effects. So palpitation with the thigh was very minimum. The stomach, very minimum. Now at 7.5, it's very minimum. Intermittently at times, I can tell when I'm not hydrated or don't eat enough that I get the palpitations with those. Arm, the first time it was mid to high. I was having a lot of palpitations. It was coming and going, magnesium wasn't really helping. So I was making sure I was hydrated, eating, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the arm injection. Second time around, minimum at the most, not a lot. They intermittent, nothing I can't handle. So that's what's going on with that. Metallic taste. I don't know about anybody else, but that's another side effect. Very minimum, but it does happen, that metallic taste, like a few days after the injection. It might happen the first day, the second day, the third day, but then it goes away. But that also can be perimenopause, so you never know. But anyways, thigh didn't have any. Stomach intermittently. The arm minimum with both injections, the first and the second arm injection, very minimum, but it was there. And so those are my side effects and how each site affected my side effects. Now with the suppression, food noise, and satiety. For the thigh, the suppression was really, really high. I enjoy the thigh so far. Please don't ever change on me, thigh. Only did it once, but the suppression was high. Really good. The stomach is mid. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's just intermittently. But it's enough where I'm not overeating, but sometimes I can go over my maintenance calories. Go up to my maintenance calories, and sometimes 100 to 200 more of my maintenance calories. So, I want to say in the deficit. So, the stomach sometimes does not do its job. But that's all right. I do what I got to do. With the arm, the first time it was high. You hear me? Yeah, your girl suppression was on lock. Okay. That arm was locked in. The second time around, it was mid to high. So it's intermittent. But I also think my period's coming. So again, who knows? But the first time my period was coming and that first arm injection was like, okay, Flo, what you got? But second time was like, okay, Flo, what you got? But it is what it is. I'm not going over my calories or anything. Food noise with the thigh, I had no food noise. With the stomach, it's mid, intermittently, but nothing that I can't handle. And with the arm, again, no food noise. So the arm and the thigh, great with food noise. Satiety, the thigh, girl, on lock. Okay, locked the in. You hear me? That thigh is locked in with satiety. My stomach be on full. On full. You hear me? But I like that. So I eat enough. But when I work out, I gotta be careful because I really do be on full for a while, not just after my meal. And then they say to get on your walking pad and, walk for 10 minutes. The thigh was like, okay, and you walked and but I'm okay with that. Mid for the stomach, satiety, intermittently, that always happens. The arm was on lock, was locked in the first injection. It was locked in as well. The second time, mid to high. Still better than the stomach, but it didn't hit like it hit the first time, which is fine. So tonight is my injection night, and I'm going back to the thigh, y'all. Okay, I'm going to the left thigh. Did the right thigh the first time, doing the left thigh, and I'm gonna go thigh, arm, stomach, thigh, arm, stomach. That's the plan. As far as weight, my weight is up and down. But the most weight I saw was lost for the week, I think was in the thigh. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was a thigh. The arm didn't actually produce a lot of weight loss. I'm not losing a lot of weight anyways, but the arm didn't produce. I think I went down maybe 0.6, 0.7. The arm, the thigh, I think I went down like 1.2. The stomach is always up and down, so we don't really count her too much when it comes to weight loss. We just do what we got to do. We accept what we can. We accept the things that we cannot change. Okay? So, to wrap it all up, what do I think about each inject? Do I believe that, because some people don't believe that sight matters. I believe sight matters, at least for me. I didn't do these to see how much weight I would lose. I did these to see how I would react as far as side effects and suppression, satiety, and food noise. That's kind of what I did it for. And I am happy with my results. Will I not do the stomach anymore because it didn't do the best for me? No, I'll still do my stomach. Like I said, I'll do thigh, arm, stomach, whatever the case may be. Do I think that others should try different sites? Yeah, I do. I think that you should try it, even though some evidence-based practices are saying, or research are saying that it doesn't matter. But we're all different, and you may not be like the person in the clinical trial. You may not be like the person. You may not be like me. It may not change anything for you. But I don't think it hurts to try. I think just be careful when you do your arm. Like if you can use a clip method, there's also a towel method you can use, because you don't want to lose any of the drugs. I also think the arm is probably easier when you have the pen. I don't know if I could do it with the needle. With the syringe needle, with the actual syringe. I don't know if I can do it with that. I think the pen is a lot easier because you can just press and click, So, if you have the syringe, you can try. Just be careful. Don't be wasting any of these medications, especially if you're paying out of pocket. But I would definitely recommend it. I would, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad that now I have more rotation than just moving it around in my stomach. This makes me feel a lot better. Taking these injections is that I have options, because if I don't want to do my thigh 1 week, I can rotate around my stomach for 2 weeks, a month, whatever the case may be. So that's good to know. So that is what happened with me and my site rotation, trying different sites. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below if you've tried different injection sites. How did it go for you? Did it change your weight loss? How did the side effects, the suppression, all that good stuff, how did it work for you? I thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Be blessed. Have a blessed day. Be safe, and peace out.